Hello, everyone. I'm Deanne Castro, Creative Memories Advisor in Bakersfield, California, and I am here to show you um, a new border using some new Creative Memories products that I'm super excited about. I really love the colors in this collection, but um, I was at a weekend retreat a few weeks ago, and I taught some borders, and some of the ladies kind of walked out and went, wow, those are really advanced. And I felt kind of bad. I felt like I was excluding some people who would really like to have some basic borders. So today I'm going to show you basically the same border, but it's going to be a easy one, a basic one, a little more advanced, and then final advanced border. And so I'm just going to show you the kind of the pieces along the way. Okay, so let me get started. Okay, so this is the basic. This is kind of what I would call intermediate. This one is advanced. So this one has straight cuts, three different layers, one punch out, and a sticker here on the top. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. The next one is a little different. It still has the same three layers. It has the same punch out, but now the punch out is a lip has been kind of trimmed in between and it has a curve to it. It has another punch, and actually, this one is a new one. This one is called the scallop heart punch. There you go. There it is. And then this one, I've actually just cut in half. This is the mirrored scallop punch. So that's what this one looks like. So I added that on the back here and just one sticker. Okay. The advanced border has all of that, still the three layers. This one has three layers of the scallop heart punch, and it still has the mirrored scallop. And then it has a grouping of stickers. Okay, so let's get started, and I will show you kind of how I came up with this. So I'm using the Something Blue paper pack. This is brand new. This came out last week. It was last week from Creative Memories. So it's got some really pretty blues and greens in it. Then there's also a vellum paper pack. So one of the layers of the scalp hearts is used with a piece of vellum. And then there's the sticker pack and embellishment pack. And there's a matte pack. So I've used some of these stickers, but aren't these pretty? These are just gorgeous, gorgeous colors in these stickers. And there you go. You can see those better than when I'm holding them down. See some really pretty greens and blues and kind of off-whites type colors. Okay. And then the embellishments. There's so many. This was designed basically as kind of a wedding pack, but you can use it for Valentine's Day, Sweetheart's Day. I used it on some baby pages that I will be showing you in a later video. Um, and it came out gorgeous. So don't think, oh, it's a wedding pack. I may not need it. I think you're going to want this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to be using several different papers. I'm going to be using this blue. It's kind of washed out in the camera. I think it's my lights. So I'm using this blue. I'm using a cardstock, blue cardstock, which is more of a royal blue. I'm using this kind of an off-white paper. This one that has some really pretty blue flowers on it and some green. This is the vellum piece that I told you about. See how you can see through it? Isn't that pretty? And then I'm also going to be using a little piece of this green, okay? So lots of different colors, lots of different layers, depending on what you want to do with this border. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut the top layer. I'm just going to cut it straight. And this is 1.5 inches. So if you want to cut 1.5 inches, this particular trimmer, you can cut it on the right side or you can cut it on the left side. You can cut up to 1.75 inches on this left side. And sometimes I like to use this side if there's a lot of paper on this side, just to be able to make it a little more stable. And sometimes it's just a little bit easier. Okay, so I think I'm going to turn this light up a little. I'm getting a shadow on this side of the trimmer. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it in 1.5. The next piece is this blue. Okay, so this is kind of a royal blue. This one is going to be cut at 1 3/4. So I'm only going up 1/4 inch for each piece. Okay, and then the last piece, this one's going to be 2 inches. So I'm going to cut this one at 2, and I'm going to have the base. Okay, so I'm just going to put all these 3 pieces together. Super easy. I don't know why we always turn the cardstock over. It's the same on the front and the back, but we do. So I'm just going to center this on here. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Going to give about 1/8 inch on either side. Okay, and I'm going to take the 1.5 inch piece. So there again, this is 1.5. The blue cardstock is 1 3/4, and the bottom floral is 2 inches. Okay, and then I'm just going to center this on here. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to punch this one in our border maker cartridge with that scallop heart. So I pulled out the tray that is stuck underneath here, but that's what I'm going to put the paper on to line it up. Slide the paper underneath, set it in the tray, put it all the way up to the edge, and push this down over the magnet, and that holds the paper in place. Then I'm going to take this cartridge and I'm going to put the paper in here. Okay, these teeth will line up with these notches underneath, and this mark right here will line up with these marks here on the trimmer. So you really can't get this wrong. The only thing you could do to it is not push the paper in all the way each time, and that would kind of mess it up. But for your first punch, put the paper in, line it up with the marks right here, and punch. Now, some punches get a little persnickety, so you want to kind of pull it out instead of sliding it down right away, so that that little piece that you saw right here doesn't get stuck. Okay, so this little piece right here, because it can get stuck inside and then not allow you to cut this right. Make sure as you go down, the paper is pushed in all the way. If you get paper stuck in the punch, it's not going to punch it all the way and then you won't have an even cut. Okay, So just like that, we have this piece. Isn't that pretty? I just love this. This is just so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Now, as you can probably see on the right-hand side over here, I've done a lot of punching. So I've saved a lot of the hearts that came out of that heart. And then you can use them as embellishments on other things. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it at a 1/2 inch. So I don't want much of this on here. Oh, no, I take that back. This one was cut at 1 inch because that allowed extra piece on the back here to be able to add this sticker. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut this one at 1 inch and then I'll punch another one just so you can see what it looks like for this basic one. Okay, move this out of the way. Add this down the center of the border. Add a little bit of adhesive. Line it up on the center border. And again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You guys can measure it if you want, but I just kind of eyeball it, try to get it about as straight as I can. And there you go. Okay. You can add a sticker to it if you want. You don't have to. And there is a basic, really pretty border. So for this one, I used a 12-inch, sorry, I used a 12-inch sticker along the edge here to just add to it, but you don't have to. You can just have this basic, really pretty border that will go horizontal or vertical on your page. Okay, so there's the basic. Now, I'm going to cut those pieces again. So this one I'm going to cut at 1.5. And I'm going to cut the blue at 1 3/4. And I'm going to cut this floral at 2 inches. So I'm just repeating the steps from the basic one that I just did. I'm going to make sure it's straight. Okay, so I'm going to add these. Uh-oh, I didn't cut this right. Nope, I didn't cut this one right. I need 1 3/4. So we'll put this one over here. There we go. That was still wrong. That's what my problem was. I wasn't moving it over far enough. Okay, we've got this one done. Okay, we're going to put the adhesive on it. Eyeball it, add it in the center. Put this one on the top. I like to use the regular tape runner. I know a lot of people use the repositionable, just about everything. but I tend to use way too much of the repositionable, and I go through it really fast. So I like to use the regular tape runner on as much as I can, and then the smaller, more delicate things, I will use the repositionable on. Right? There again is my basic border. Now I'm going to punch this blue piece, the blue florals, another time. But this time I'm going to trim it shorter. The last one I trimmed at 1 inch, which gave me a little bit extra to put on that basic border. This one I'm going to trim at a 1/2 inch. And that's going to allow me to trim it just right to where I can cut it in various areas and then get it to curve like you saw that other one. So this one I'm cutting at a 1/2 inch. So just the 1/2 inch mark, the first full line going down the trimmer here, which makes it really little, but that's okay. Focus. See how small that is? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim here, snip it, just a little bit right in between each of these hearts. I'm going to cut it down almost to where those scallops meet, but I don't want to cut it too far. Okay, so like that. But I don't want to cut it all the way up because then I end up cutting it off. But this is going to allow me to manipulate the paper just enough to where I can get it to curve on the border. So here we're using just a little bit more advanced technique. And giving you some options on how you may want this to look on your page. Okay, so now I'm going to take these little snipped areas and I'm just going to bend them in just a little bit. See, it's just kind of bent in. By doing that, it's going to make this border curve. And I'm going to do that all the way down. Now, I'm not going to want it this curved, but I can, once it's kind of got the little curvature to it, I can then change how much I want it to curve. This way the fold gets in there. There we go. So you guys get the idea. Almost done here. Okay, so see how that curves? Now what I would do is, where did I put that border? I would kind of take the center of the border on here, so you know where the center is, where the 6-inch mark is. And then kind of take this, find the center, about right here. And then just gently curve it up to the top of the left and the top right. Okay, and you would put adhesive on this. But I'm going to take this just a little bit further to the more advanced. So you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, and then with the adhesive on it, it would keep it in that curved kind of look. Okay, then you can change out your punches to the mirrored scallop. Punch another piece. I really like, I'm using this mirrored scallop border maker cartridge because not only can you put it down the center of your border if you want, there's another basic border, just punching this and adding it to it, just using something different. You can also put it down the middle and use it as extra pieces on the outside of your border, which is what I'm going to show you. Okay, so now I'm going to put it on my trimmer and I'm going to line it up down the middle, down the cut line, which is the left line on this gray piece. So this is the actual cut line, okay? If once I've used this quite a bit and it gets to have a big groove in it, I just take this piece out, turn it around, and then I can use the other side. It will be the cut line on the left here. So I'm going to line this up approximately down the middle. It does not have to be exact. It just has to have enough on each side for adhesive to put each piece on either side. Now, sometimes I hold it down in the middle so that it doesn't move on me as much because those little pieces can tend to move. But see how this is now cut and I have this whole section down here that I can put some adhesive on to put on the back of the border. Okay, so your option is to leave this like this. Not exactly like this because that's a little messy, but you know what I mean. And then you can just add a sticker to it. Hold on, I just dropped something on the floor. Okay, so these stickers are really pretty. I love this. So you can just pull this off, add the sticker to it, and it can be done. So isn't that pretty? See, that's what this one looks like. But I also add the mirrored scallop on the outside. So I am going to go ahead and do that right now. So this would give you another just section of the little bit more advanced border. Okay, so I'm just going to put little pieces of the adhesive on here. You can use the repositionable if you want. It would actually be faster. I just tend to use this one. I'm going to move this for a second. And line this up here. Eyeball it all the way across. And do the same thing with the other side. So these are small, long little rectangles of double-sided adhesive. So you can use this on parts that are this small. I don't know if you can see it. There's a piece there, there's a piece there, there's a piece there. Or kind of for the sake of time, if you want, you can then just go ahead and use the repositionable because it's a little faster. Mhm. Line it up. And then you can add the hearts back on it and add the sticker. And so then you have a little bit more advanced border. Okay? Then you end up with this one. And I think that is so pretty and it's still fairly simple, just a little bit more technique. Okay. Or you can go for extra. This one has the 3 layers of this scalloped heart. It still had the 3 layers of the border itself, which I'm going to build on this one. And then it's got the extra embellishments on it. Okay, so for the sake of time, what I did was I cut all 3 of these pieces. Now, this was a piece of vellum. This was that see-through vellum that I showed you. And then, okay, I've lost the 3rd piece. I used the green paper. I used this one to make a 3rd scallop. Okay, so, but I just layered them. I just took, now this I did use the repositionable tape on, put the reposition on the back, lined this up as I went across. So I put it on the vellum and then I put it on the green. And honestly, I don't know what happened to that green piece. I have them all together and it's gone. So anyway, so that's what I did. I layered those and then put them on there. So I have a piece that I did already. So I have this piece here that I'll go ahead and put on this border. Now, this one, because it had more decoration on it, I actually cut this piece at 1 3/4, then the royal blue at 2 inches, and then this one at the bottom one at 2 1/4. So I made this one a little wider. So you can do that, or you can do it the way I did it on this one and just use the original sizing. And now I'm going to use the repositionable tape on here. Let's see if I move this over so you can see what I'm doing. Still use this silicone mat. Okay, and center this kind of on here. Okay, with the curve. Okay, and now I can build with different embellishments too if I want. Okay, so I can put this on here. And I can add another sticker. That other one that I was going to use on the intermediate border. I'm going to put this here. I can add these doves. Actually, I can add the doves with some foam squares. Okay, just another dimension. Just gives you a little bit different look. So you can use these little pieces of foam squares. Take the adhesive off the back of them. add it on here like this. This on here. There again, you want to kind of move the border in the center, kind of center this here. And you have your more advanced border. So let me know what you guys think, okay? Tell me which one you like better. Um, I can continue to do this if you'd like, and I can do, basic to advanced, or I can just show you one border with different ideas for different papers, different collections. So just kind of let me know what you're thinking. You can um, you can email me if you have other suggestions and things you'd like to see. This is my email, deannecmc2@yahoo.com. If you want to join my Facebook group, I show some of these ideas. I show the new products that are coming out each time, sometimes once a week, sometimes every other week. And then I am trying to find other ideas. I'm posting the sketches from the virtual crops, so you can see those on there with some ideas. It is a work in progress, so hang in there with me. But if you'd like to join my Facebook group, please just go to Let's Scrapbook with Deanne and request to join, and I'll let you in. And then I would love to see the borders that you have created from my YouTube videos. Okay. If you think about it, like this video if you like it, and um, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so so far. I'd super appreciate it. And click on the bell, and then you'll get notification each week when my videos do come out. I'm trying to do them Monday mornings, but doesn't always make it that way. So, um, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think. And I just loved this collection, this something blue collection from Creative Memories. And we even have something new coming out this coming Monday. So I will try to get those posted in my Facebook group too. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me when I've dropped things on the floor or I've made a mistake, cut things wrong 3 times. And have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. And I will talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.